Mandy, Cboe recently launched our Magnificent 10 Index this past October of 2025. I know this index came off the back of some sentiment that we're seeing in the market. I was hoping you could get a little bit into those trends and themes that were used to help build this index.
Sure. I would say the outperformance of tech and the emerging trend of AI have been really hot topics in conversations we've had with clients, both institutional as well as retail. And one common sentiment that's kind of across the board is just people looking for more efficient ways to gain exposure to this theme and thematic investing in general. And gain exposure both to the upside as well potentially also hedge their portfolio given the concentration risk in the market from these names. So that's one common sentiment. And then another, particularly in speaking to a lot of international investors, we've heard is people looking for exposure to these names and trading options on these names in global trading hours. So more local hours to their local market. So being able to offer that, I think is really important to us.
Yeah.
Maybe turning it back to you, Natalie, can you walk us through this index, how it's constructed? What are the names, that's currently in the index?
Yeah, so the Magnificent 10 Index, or MGTN as we are calling it, think Mag 7 plus AMD, Broadcom, and Palantir. Mm-hmm. A couple of notes that are important to know about the index. The first is that it's 10 equal-weighted names. Okay. The basket of names, the index will re-weight on a monthly basis so that there will never be any too high of skew to one name or too high of weighting to one name over the others. And also the constituents will be fixed. Barring any corporate actions, you will always know those 10 names are going to be in the index at any given time.
Great. So as you mentioned, the index itself launched in October of this year. Can you tell us more about the plans around tradable products for this index?
Yes, absolutely. So we are going to have index options and futures on Mag 10. The options and futures are going to be cash settled, and the options are European style. And both retail and institutional clients alike have really leaned into this trend in thematic investing. So we're hoping that between these two products, the futures trading in global trading hours, as you mentioned, we're hoping that we're going to be able to provide both precision and flexibility to trading this narrative.
That's great.
Yeah. And then, Mandy, we just talked about some of the products that we're bringing. Could you walk us through some of the use cases for these products maybe that we're not thinking about?
Sure. And I think day one, there will be a lot of interest in using these options and futures for directional exposure, right, to the theme, whether it's for upside directional exposure or to hedge, as I mentioned earlier. But I think beyond that, there will be additional use cases, for example, relative value, both in terms of performance, like, the Mag 10 versus S&P relative performance, but also relative value volatility trading and volatility of the Mag 10 index versus, say, the S&P index. People looking to trade the spread between the two. In addition, as we know, this is, the index is comprised of 10 of the most active liquid single name options. So you will have an opportunity to trade the index option versus, say, the basket of the constituent and gain exposure to the correlation of that basket or the dispersion of the names within that basket. So I think a lot of additional trading opportunities beyond just directional exposure.
Yeah. And if you're looking for more information on the index or the tradable products, you can always reach out to your Cboe sales coverage or visit us over at Cboe.com.